What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on, people? How y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Wow. Okay. Welcome to the Tim Black Show, folks. My name is Tim Black. Welcome back to the program. We in the house. What's up, people? What's going on? Yo, X, Facebook, YouTube. What's going on, people? I want to say a big shout out to the moderators in the house. Black Mamba and Buck Bewley in the house, Johnson. Come on now, come on now, come on. How's that sound, Johnson? How's the sound going? Hope you can hear me, hope you can hear me, hope you can hear me loud. Hope you can hear me loud and clear, Johnson. Can you hear me loud and clear, people? All right. Yes. I don't want to bunker this all the way up, man. I don't want to be too tied down, man. What is going on, man? What's happening, man? It's a Tim Black Wolfpack in the house. I said it's a Tim Black Wolfpack in his house. That's all I'm trying to say. I just need to know that. That's all I need to know. And if I know that, then I know something. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this cup right. There we go. There we go. There, good enough, Tim Black. Jesus Christ. So this is the show. We do U.S. politics and news. U.S. politics, breaking news and Black culture on this channel. We do this every 5 days a week. We don't do it on Saturdays. We don't do it on Tuesdays. So this is the day before the break. And we in the house. We got the Tim Black Wolfpack on deck. These are the people that keep the lights on in the Tim Black Wolfpack. Those are the people that contribute to the show. We ain't many, but we plenty. I made some enemies, Johnson. I'm going to keep on making them. Because I'm not going to change. You're going to change. Or we're not going to work out. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to change, Johnson. I'm not going to change because people get mad at me. They don't know what it is to advocate for Black people. They don't know what it is. They're not used to it. Other people say they're advocating, but they're not really advocating. They have stepping. Okay? So I'm advocating. Look, people, I got love in the house. Undisputed Truth. Sharon Brown. Ryan Prentice. I got the one and only Nimrod. So good in here. Ari Corin. What's up, Ari? Welcome back. Tobias, what's up? DM Walker, Kat Negrita, LJ, Nadira, or Nidra. There we go. Wagi. Buck says I'm all good. Bodhistva FM, D. Harris, Tay Diggs, David D. The undisputed champion of the world in the house. Yeah, that's good. Get my voice activated. What's up, Topher? How you doing, fam? All right. Man, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna start wearing your Tim Black Wolfpack membership as a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? This is a badge of honor to wear this joint. Let people know who you represent and what you're about. You're one of the few stand-up individuals standing up on principle. Topher done gave out somebody a membership. Look at Topher, man. Off the top rope. Topher came off the top rope with a gift for the masses. Thank you, Topher. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you, sir. And look, man, somebody gets gifted that. I don't know exactly how it works. M. Sparks, what's up, fam? That one brother that keeps coming back. All right, people. Nigel, what's up, man? my brother. Don't mind me nothing, Bodge, man. Nigel, I'll be up late at night, man, editing. And I pop in and I see somebody like David Melford in the house. You know, I'm up here editing, man. Nigel, I don't know what time you think it was. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You up and I'm up. We both up, 2 a.m. Well, it's 2 a.m. for me. I don't know what the time it is for you. Jesse. That's it, man. So I think we are where we need to be, Johnson. I want to go ahead and get people acclimated, man. Look, man, I want to thank everybody who's been holding it down. I want to thank you for keeping me held up in your prayers and in your thoughts and your kind wishes and your best wishes and also your kind words of advice from a good place. I want to thank people that have been concerned about me. Every day I get a little bit better, and I'm just going to keep on going every day, Johnson. So thank you. Give it up to the Tim Black Wolfpack for working with a brother and knowing that we are built for this. We are built for this. We are built for this. What we're going through right now, we can defeat it. We can band together and form an opposition, a real opposition, and move forward because we are built for this. We are built for it. That's my new slogan. That's my new design, and it's going. People grabbing this thing up, man. I've been very excited about it, man. I didn't even got my new t-shirt yet. Because it goes on t-shirts, blankets, hoodies, stickers. I'm putting it everywhere. Built for this. We built for it, man. We built for whatever's put in front of us. We're built for it. We're built to go forward. We're built for it. That makes sense? All right. I believe that, man. I said I believe it. I believe it in my heart of hearts, man. So look, man, we've been covering a lot of stuff on the show. We've been doing a lot of content on a lot of different topics. Thanks for coming through. Remember, always go through the archives, watch something, share it out. I understand money tight. Everybody can't join up. But everybody can put their hands up, represent, share out a video. Everybody can do that. So I'm looking for you guys to help get that boost. Hit the like button and let the algorithm know that this is a good show. It's worth watching. So maybe they'll recommend it to more people. That's how that works. You know, if you recommend it, if you hit the like button, you're engaging with the content that helps us in the algorithm. X! I got my people on X. How are my people doing on X? Yeah. It's all good. Thank y'all for being here as well. Facebook, I don't know what's up with Facebook, but if you're on Facebook, thank you. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on Facebook, man. The one and only Meg's in the house coming through as well. Thank you, Megs, for doing what you always do. I appreciate you. You and Black Mamba, I could set my watch to y'all. Y'all two are some of the most generous people on this internet, man. I gotta tell you, man. Amazing, man. I don't know what I did to deserve good people like you, man. Because Lord knows I ain't perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. Johnson. I never tell nobody, hey, I'm you know, hey, man. They don't love me because I'm perfect, man. Because if they love me because of perfection, they got the wrong one, baby. But I try, man. I mean what I say what I mean, and I mean I'm sincere, and I don't want you down. I just want us up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you down. I want us up. You understand what I'm saying? You ever see somebody in a fight, and you saw one of the people that's in the fight getting their ass kicked? His ass is kicked all over the place. You know, when I was a young man, I couldn't sit back and watch that, man. I feel moved to get involved. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate to see somebody get beat up, man. And most people are like you. Most people are like me. We're the same. We don't like to see that either. We don't like to see somebody else getting abused, somebody else getting taken advantage of, somebody else being disrespected, somebody else being beat down. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see that. We don't, and we want to defend people that are getting, you know, beat up and beat down. That's our nature. That's our true calling. You know, that's a natural thing for us. Some of us were just raised that way. You know what I'm saying? Most of us are raised that way, no matter where you come from, no matter what culture you're from, no matter what your skin color is, what your orientation is, your gender, your socioeconomic status. You was raised by good people. They told you that it's not right to beat up on other people, and that you should have empathy for others. But what happens when the people getting beat up, you can't see it? You can't see it. It's not as clear. It's not right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Tyree Nichols, the way they beat up Tyree Nichols, that was right there. Everybody could see that. What I'm trying to tell you, man, is our system was beating down people every day. You just don't see it like that. It's happening. You just not there to witness it. There's a mother being told that she can't get this medication because they don't believe she's sick enough to get it. They don't believe it when she says her pain is at a level 10. They think it's at a level 2, and that she's just trying to get drugs. That's happening right now as we speak. Everybody was talking about the Epstein files for like 2 seconds. Look, black women wind up missing all the time. Black women wind up missing all the time to the point where it's in comedians' stand-ups. The late great Patrice O'Neal did a stand-up on it in his last stand-up, Elephant in the Room, where he talked about not looking how they don't even look for how when black women go missing, they don't even put that shit on the news. It's like a non-story. That's how bad it is, because it's so true. All imitating life. So they worry about Epstein because Epstein's famous, and they wondering if it got some Hollywood people tied up in it. But in reality, man, do we really care about people getting trafficked? Do we really care? Because it's happening every day, all the time. When's the last time they did a news story about it on MSNBC? You know, in between all the Trump coverage. So I'm just saying, I don't know, man. This ain't got nothing to do with the show. It just got me thinking, man. It's a lot of hypocrisies in this business. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of garbage, man. Okay? I'm here to advocate for Black Americans, and I'm here to advocate as well. I want to also advocate for people who are economically challenged, people up against their backs up against the wall, people I come from. I shopped at thrift stores when I was a kid. We never had a new car. And I don't even know what that, I never even seen a new car. Most of what we had was secondhand. We were so broke. My mom used to have to buy my underwear from the thrift store. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it ain't no big deal, but I just remember it's one thing when you go get underwear that don't come in a pack. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. You ever had a mother that was just like, life was just what it was. You really know you were poor. But I knew something was wrong. Like, I know my underwear is supposed to come in a plastic bag or something. It should come in a bag that's already sealed. I shouldn't be picking up random underwear in a bin with no packaging. Nah, I mean, I was 8, 7, 8 years. So, I want to advocate for working class people too, man. And people, they say when you say working class, you're talking about white people, but nah, man, I'm talking about anybody who don't got a trust account. Anybody that if you got sick for a month, you might be in trouble. You might be living on the street. Like if you miss 3 paychecks, you might be gone. You're moving in with your mother, and you 45, 37. You know what I'm saying? 29. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing here, man. Look, man, this is a Tim Black show. We talk about a lot of stuff. I get on one sometime. That's not the show tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about, you see the title, it's AOC's ICE scandal. Chicago chaos. And why I'm done with the Ukraine story, man. Yeah, I'm done with the Ukraine talk. I'm done with it already. I know you're thinking, already, Tim? Yeah, already. I'm done with it, Johnson, because these people don't want to be honest about nothing, man. These people lie like rugs. You know what I'm saying? These people they're so untrustworthy, man, what's going on with this Ukraine thing. It's so untrustworthy, man. And then when I do content on it, don't nobody want to watch it. Most people don't want to watch it. They don't even care about Ukraine. They care about what's going on in their block. They care about what's happening to people that they actually care about, that they know, or names they recognize, or things that impact their lives. Because time is short, life is short, money's short, and so are attention spans. But I'm going to get to it tonight. I ain't going to get to it first. I'm going to get to it at some point tonight. We ain't going to take all day on it, okay? But I got to update y'all a little bit on it. But I'm tired, man. I'm tired of the Ukraine talk already, man. It's disgusting what I'm seeing happen, man. I don't mean no harm, man. I see another black person. I see another black person, man, acting like we owe Zelensky. It's like the Democrats tell black people what they should care about. They just do it because they think this. You can't even spell Zelensky. What do you? You don't even know where Ukraine is. You don't even know nothing about the dude. What are you talking about? We gave him $300 billion. With $300 billion, we could end poverty in America. Will nobody be homeless? You understand that? That's how much we gave this white boy. And he came here and told our president, shut up. Basically, what are you talking about, president? Basically, he might as well say that. With our money in his damn pocket. So anyway, I'm sorry. It's just crazy to me. And we got people that hate Trump so much, they don't care. They sided with him like, yeah, Trump should shut up. I'm sorry. I'm gone out of order. I wasn't supposed to say that. I wasn't supposed to say all that. Let's get started, man. Let's talk about AOC real quick. Let's get her out the way, Johnson. Look, this is what's going on, man. AOC. Now, let me start this off by saying I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle, AOC. And I respect the fact she's standing up for her people. Yeah, I respect that, man. Shit, look, I want to be known. I want black people to have the guts to do the shit that AOC is doing. I want to challenge Black America to be just as committed to taking care of Black Americans as AOC is committed and taking care of Hispanics and Latinos. Yeah, I want to see it, man. She's risking jail to help people that aren't even citizens avoid getting deported. That is commitment. That is, I'm not even going to knock that. I mean, I am going to knock it, but not for the reasons you think. Look, I respect it. I don't agree with it. I do not agree with it, but I respect it. That's standing 10 toes down for your people. You know what I'm saying? I never heard her talking about breaking the law to defend black people. And why should she? I never heard her talking about breaking the law to defend white people. And why should she? But she is literally going up against the border czar, the new Attorney General, Pam Bondi, over telling people that aren't even citizens of the United States how to avoid getting sent back if ICE come to the door. You got to respect it, man. You got to respect. You got to respect her commitment to her people. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree with it because I don't. But what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's a rare thing. That's a rare thing. Here goes AOC. This is an old list. Here goes AOC talking to a guy at NPR about what's going on with her and Homer. That's the border czar under Trump.
To what extent is immigration as an issue part of your problem with working class voters?
I mean, I guess my question would be what does the word problem mean?
People voting for the other side and not for you,
Yeah.
feeling that Democrats are not serious about the issue in ways that concern them.
I think that we have a problem on immigration because of the lack of progress that we've had on this issue. And as we know, Republicans weaponize that lack of progress. Of course, there was famously a bipartisan bill last year that the Republican majority in the Senate and also in the House were willing to pass.
What was in that bill? What was in that bill that had nothing to do with immigrants? Bunch of trans stuff, bunch of LGBTQ stuff. They do that with every bill, Johnson. I want y'all to know, every damn bill It'd be one thing it's supposed to be about, and they try to make you agree to a bunch of other things you don't agree on. And there were a lot of stipulations in that bill that were not suitable as well. But I digress. It wasn't just a one line item bill up or down. It wasn't that. Okay. It's always more shit in the game. Okay. And there was more shit in the game when it came to this bill. Kamala said the same thing. Joe Biden. AOC sound like Kamala, who sound like Joe Biden. They all sound the same. They all say the same things. Sound like Jasmine Crockett. They all the same people. They all say the same things. All of them have the same talking points. Continue.
Last year, that Republican majority in the Senate and also in the House were willing to pass. President Biden was willing to work with them on it. And Donald Trump said, do not solve this problem. As long as it is broken, then it will be politically beneficial for us. And so it is a problem not just for Democrats, it's a problem for the entire country that Republicans do not want to solve any sort of issue with it.
And they're going to say everything 3 times and try to stretch time and try to keep them from answering substantive questions. Here goes something, guys. When did they do this bill? When did this bill come out? 2023 and a half. 2023 and a half. That's 2023 and a half. That is 3.5 years into Biden's presidency. He'd already let in an estimate 10, 15 million people by this point. Okay? That's what you got to understand. He'd already let in 10 or 15 million people at this point. Before he'd said, oh, let's hurry and put a bill together. I'm running again. I might want to win this. So I'm being totally transparent. Not only that, the way Trump had the border on lock through executive order. He didn't use a bill to get the border on lock. He used executive orders. The same executive orders that Biden could have used to close the border at any time. All you had to do was do a stay in Mexico order, which would have said, hey, if you come to America, you want to get into America, and you are seeking asylum, why are you waiting to get approved for asylum? You can't stay here. You got to go back home. You come here, register, and then you go home, and we call you when it's time for your hearing. That's all he had to do. That would have cut half of the influx of immigration. Half. He didn't want to do that. He reversed that. He reversed that executive order that Donald Trump had in place. So this is all purposeful. I need people to understand the border issue was intentional. Look, man, I ain't going to be able to help us. I'm not going to be able to help us. If you're going to just listen to Democrats and you ain't going to think critically about what they're saying. You really think America can't shut its damn border if it want to? That's what you think. You really think America can't shut its border if it wants to? Like it don't have the means to shut down a border? You really think things go on in America that America don't want it to go on? You really think it's not being allowed to happen? Is that what you think? You really think? See, I get people that must be stuck on stupid sometime. You know what I'm saying? And I feel you. I used to not know stuff too, but think critically. We are America. Do you know how many troops we got? If we was really trying to stop anything, do you realize how much military equipment we got? We got so much military equipment. We like, let's give some of this equipment to the cops, man. Shit, what we doing with all these, we got all these guns and things. We got to do something with them. You really think they couldn't take some of the guns and the bombs and the servicemen and women that we got in our armed forces and send them to the border and lock that thing down if that's what they wanted to do? You don't think that we could do that? It's intentional. It is intentional. They want the cheap labor. It's not out of love. It's they want the cheap labor. And people, if you are friends of Tim Black, and if you're friends of Black America, and you say you are and you mean that, you need to hear me clearly. Stop questioning me about the border. Stop acting as if you can't understand very obvious concepts. I tell you, Black America's on the bottom in part due to our border policy. You don't care because you don't care about Black people. Period. I don't want to hear it. That's the difference between you and me. I'm blunt and I'm real. Joe Biden wanted that damn border open. That's why it's open. Just like you went and got a second donut because you wanted to. Okay? The same way you was watching whatever you was watching on your phone that you shouldn't have, whatever, when she grabbed your phone, was like, what are you doing? That is what you wanted to do. Okay? Whatever it was, you wanted to watch the Oscars, you watched it. I can't believe I sat through this entire thing just to hear this dude get his lousy speech. Yes, you did. You chose it. Let's not act like people are victims. Back to AOC, man. Let's finish what she got to say. Once again, the talking points of AOC are the same talking points warmed up over from Kamala. The Democrats are so lazy, they don't even come up with new lies. They just tell the old ones. Because most of the people that watch NPR, listen to NPR, ain't going to listen to Tim Black. They're not going to listen to an alternative news source. They're going to go through the other corporate media at MSNBC and CNN and ABC and CBS and all the other entities. They're going to regurgitate the lies. So a lie can continue because they have a system, they have an institution set up to maintain the lie. I'm trying to break the matrix because I'm built for this. I'm breaking the matrix. I'm telling you some good stuff. This is just the truth, Johnson. All right. He couldn't do nothing. He tried to sign a bill. Go to presidentialimpact.com. That's presidentialimpact.com. A year ago, I put together an ebook. It is free, Johnson. I wrote it. I took time out of my life. I created a free ebook because I wanted to educate people and say, look, Joe Biden has all these powers. Presidentialimpact.com shows you what a president can do without Congress, what he can get done on his own. That's what the whole ebook's about. It's about one thing. I put out ebooks about one thing for you to learn one thing. It don't last that long. It's not even 20 pages. It tells you what you need to know about one thing. I have sites, I have sources, all of that's in there for you. And I proved to you in less than 20 pages that Joe Biden was lying to you about what he couldn't get done. That we've had other presidents who got a lot done without Congress. You don't need to wait on Congress. What you need is will, intention, and prioritization. Say it with me. What you need is the will, the intention, and prioritization. Prioritization. You know the word. So he had none of that. The president is a very powerful. Why is Trump so scary? Why they hate him so much? Does he have more power than everybody else? Does he have so much power? He's like Zeus. He came down from the mountaintop. Everything Trump is doing, Biden had the power to do. And what did Biden do? Why come Biden, if you say Trump is causing hell, why wasn't Biden fixing hell? Because he had the same powers. They both got the lightning rods. They both had the same wheels. They both had the same executive powers. You keep saying Trump is making all these unconstitutional. We'll get to it. The point is, I'm rambling. Let me stop. Look. The curtain. We got to look behind the curtain and see what's going on. We got to understand what's happening. Okay? Let her keep going, Johnson. Let me stop. Let her keep going. Hit the like button. Let people know you like this content, please. Hit the like button. Go ahead, AOC. I'm sorry. Continue, please. Continue to lie to us, please. Thank you.
And Donald Trump said, do not solve this problem. As long as it is broken, then it will be politically beneficial for us. And so it is a problem not just for Democrats. It's a problem for the entire country that Republicans do not want to solve any sort of issue with immigration. They are completely uninterested in addressing undocumented people, in addressing a path to citizenship.
Well, they do want to address undocumented people by removing them. I mean, that's what the president is attempting now.
Even then, you see what Republicans did with the Lake and Riley Act recently in their passage with it, in that they authorized the complete gutting of due process. So now you can take a DACA recipient, a dreamer, just accuse them of a crime
And deport them.
And however, they also understand that they don't even have the infrastructure to do that.
I want y'all to understand. See, this is why Tim Black need to get a therapist. He need to get a masseuse. You need to go somewhere where somebody talk nice and soft to me, turn the lights down low, play some candles, and I just zone out, like twice a week. You know what happens to people that are accused of crimes in America? They go to jail. Everybody how many people are sitting in jail right now? How many American citizens are sitting in jail right now because they got accused of a crime? 100,000 people, at least. I'm not even sure the number. I could grab the number, but I don't want to waste your time. We know a lot of people are in jail right now awaiting trial. Anybody awaiting trial is what? Accused of a crime. Right? Until you are convicted, what are you? Accused of a crime. She made it sound like it's some crazy thing. If you were just accused. Oh, you mean like every citizen in the United States? You mean like all the people that ever anybody ever incarcerated in the U.S. is what? Accused of a crime. This is the way she told it. She told it like this is some strange phenomenon. Listen to this.
You can take a DACA recipient, a dreamer,
That's just a person. I mean, I'm sorry. Look, I don't got no problem with you, Hispanic brother. I got no problem with you, Hispanic sister. I got no problem. But being a DACA ain't no different than being an alpha, a beta, a kappa, a working class person, a person that dropped out of school, a GED recipient, or a person who live up the block. I don't want to hear this nonsense. A DACA, what is that? That's some shit that Obama called people who wanted to come over here and go to school. Okay? That's all that is. I know a lot of people that want to go to school. They're called Negroes without money. Okay? They're called working class white guys who live in the middle of the country. Okay? I got friends who wanted to go to college who couldn't go to college and didn't want to mess up their parents' credit. Their parents didn't have the money, so they just went on and been plumbers or whatever trade and said, bump it. Okay? This happens to Americans all the time. But to some people, they get treated special. Ain't that special because your ass want to go to school in another country that you weren't born in. Well, even if you were born here. She said it like it's some special protected designation. These are DACA. What about blacker? What about blacker? There you go, I'm a blacker. Tim Black is blacker than most black men, so I'm blacker. There you go. Can you believe what they did to that brother? Yeah, he was a blacker. I wonder if it would work the same. I wonder if it would work the same if we did that, if we talk like that, if we gave black men that designation. Because when black men get accused of a crime, listen to the way she talk about them getting accused of a crime. Like they can't be accused of no crimes. Like there's never been a DACA recipient ever that did anything. Stole a pickle, grabbed a couple of grapes off the counter at the local supermarket without paying for it, maybe put a jacket or a bracelet in their purse. Like it's never happened in the history of Hispanic people that they ever did anything against the law. Listen to her, the way she talked. Listen to this shit.
Of due process. So now you can take a DACA recipient, a dreamer, just accuse them of a crime.
And deport them.
And however, they also understand that they don't even have the infrastructure to do that.
Listen to this. So you don't get deported because you're an American citizen. Your ass go to jail. Then they hit you with a charge in a plea bargain. And if you don't take the plea and they convict you, you're going to get much more time than what they're accusing you of. So most people take the plea bargain. She ain't complaining about that, though. That's fine. Who cares about that? That's American citizens. Those are white people and black people. I'm up here fighting for what? Immigrants. My dad was an immigrant. That's what she's saying. I'm saying, so you see how I look at things, I get all wrong. See what I'm saying, how it gets to me? It gets to me because it's like Americans are second-class citizens in their own country. It's like we second-class citizens. We like third-class citizens in our own country. You know what I'm saying? Black people are like third-class citizens, man. That's what I'm saying. But I got to respect the hustle, man. I got to respect it. And I got to respect those progressives who are doing so well. They don't care that they're getting hustled. They don't care that black people on the bottom. They just care that this sounds nice. That's really nice. How she fighting for DACA. They don't care that people, we need to fight for ourselves because ain't nobody fighting for us. Let's keep going.
So they're actually creating not just it's not even about creating a deportation pipeline. They're creating a private prison camp pipeline. So they're still creating pipelines to just increase this problem here in the United States.
That's what we've been.
Immigration.
Damn, that's prison pipeline is something that we've had in America for a very long time. I don't know if you know about this, Cortez, but we've been talking about the jail to prison pipeline that's been going on in America for quite some time. It's not a new thing. The way that you talk is like you just discovered it. Oh, it just never existed for new people to the country? Oh, okay. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the jungle, because this is not new. There's a lot of black people in Oakland that can tell you all about it, or in San Francisco, or anywhere near Kamala Harris's districts.
A DACA recipient, a dreamer, just accuse them of they also understand that they don't even have the infrastructure to do that. So they're actually creating not just it's not even about creating a deportation pipeline. They are creating a private prison camp pipeline. So they're still creating pipelines to just increase this problem here in the United States.
Oh, damn. Words are one she's talking. I'm sorry, guys. It's not even what I wanted her ass to be talking about. I mean, this is good though. It got me amped up. But I want the one where she's talking about NPR, where she's on NPR, where she's talking about AOC, where she's talking about Holman. Here we go. I was wondering why this was. I hadn't seen that one, guys. You know, I'm getting amped because I'd never seen her talk all that much. I hadn't heard that. That was all new in real time, man. And I like doing clips in real time for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, just it's fun for me. Hope you enjoyed it because it's fun for me when I get to do that. You know what I'm saying? This is where we're gonna get in real quick. This ain't gonna take long. We're gonna take a look at her talking about Holman. This is the border czar, okay? And this is where she's gonna talk about making sure
a recent dispute, if that's the right word, with Tom Homan, the president's Homeland Security czar, so-called. You held an online forum, a Know Your Rights forum, that he didn't like. What were you doing? What was your goal as you saw it?
My job is to educate and act as a liaison of critical information to my constituents. And I was informing all of my constituents of their constitutional protections, and in particular, their constitutional protections against illegal search and seizure in the United States.
Holman was upset, I suppose, because he felt that you were giving advice to people who were here illegally. Were you?
I was giving advice to all of my constituents. Yeah.
He said he was going to report you, or even that he did reach out to the Department of Justice. Have you heard from the Department of Justice?
I have not, and I intend on reaching out to the Department of Justice to inquire.
She was giving, I saw that live stream where she was educating her constituents. You know, constituents can vote. Illegal immigrants or undocumented, whatever. Illegal immigrants, people that entered the country illegally, fugitives from justice that are illegal citizens or whatever. They can't vote. So how are their constituents? It's the craziest thing. I don't understand what's going on here. You know, like I said, man, I don't want to knock the hustle, but I got to tell you, man, I respect it, but I got to say, wouldn't it be better time spent educating people on how to get documented, how to become citizens? Shouldn't you try to get them right on the books? I ain't never heard of a congressperson trying to help black people avoid going to jail by breaking the law to help them. Like, I never heard such. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard no such thing as that happening. Has that ever happened? Really? I don't think it's ever happened. Maybe in a movie you saw one time, but in real life, has there ever been a black congressperson that was willing to risk going to jail to help people that are breaking the law? Breaking the law, you're breaking the law. Why not help them get their paperwork right? Won't you help them I can see a black person like me, and I'm working with these kids, I'm trying to get them off drugs, not keep them from doing drugs and staying, or get them out the gang, not help them do better crimes. You're not supposed to help them do better. Look, if you're gonna do the crime, this is how you should do it. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't all go to jail. Let me help you out. This is how you do it. When you're running a scam, right? When you're running a credit card scam, you need to make sure XYZ. You need to make sure you do this. That's how she sound. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. That's what she's doing. If you help with somebody, you help with a fugitive from justice, avoid apprehension, you are aiding and abetting a fugitive. That's what it is. Why not be aiding and abetting them, assisting them in getting right and solving their legal problems? But that's how good it is to be AOC. We'll see what's going to happen with her and Attorney General Pam Bondi, because they ain't going to let up on this. This is a problem.
Really? What would your question be for the Department of Justice?
Well, there is a member of the Trump administration who is threatening and seeks to open an inquiry. And are you going to do it?
What would you learn? What do you hope to learn from that exchange?
I think it's important to know where this administration stands and if they intend on using political intimidation to silence their critics. That's
what you are. You're a critic. I thought you was an aider and an abetter. What's funny about this, what's hilarious to me is, I don't know how many times I had to hear Democrats say, Donald Trump is a felon. He's a felon. And then we got AOC helping people break the law. We got AOC helping people break the law. Some here is as hypocritical as hell. He put the money in the wrong column. He put it in a column. Did he pay taxes on it? Yeah, he paid taxes on the money. Put it in the wrong column. He should have put it in this column. And he did that. So then he filed that paperwork, put it in the wrong column. And that's a felony. He's a felon. What's a person that's helping somebody break the law? Not just one person. Not hiding your cousin in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, who's that? It's a feds, open up. You better run, hide the closet. And you come to the door, be like, I ain't even seen him. I don't even know nobody named cousin. I don't even got no cousin. You got the wrong house, man. Could you get off my porch, please? Well, show me the warrant. Show me the warrant. We see that all the time. That's a regular video on social media. She trying to help everybody in New York who is here undocumented avoid getting deported, even if they got a deportation writ. They were denied asylum. They've been ordered to leave, and they've been hiding out. Instead of helping them get correct on their paperwork, she like, look, they can't make you leave. I don't know, man. It just sounds a little entitled. I don't know. It sounds crazy. It sounds hypocritical as hell. Because for an entire election, I had to hear Trump is a felon. He is a felon. They making songs. He is a felon. He is a felon all day long. Grown-ass men and women singing Trump is a crook. He's a felon songs. And they got their shining star, AOC, up here helping other people break the damn law. All right, put in the comment section what you think about this one, Johnson. This is a Tim Black Show. We do this We do this, we do it because we're true to it. We do it and we true to it, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this, man. I'm going to try to keep it moving, man. I got caught up on that one. That one kind of had me stuck there, Johnson. I didn't even mean to be on that one that long, but I had to tell you, man, it's like something came over me. I tell you, man, something came over that made me want to talk a little bit longer, man. Maybe want to talk a little bit longer. Hit the like button, guys. Our goal tonight is 400 likes. 400 likes. Yo, tonight's sponsor of tonight's show is the Tim Black Legacy Mug. The Tim Black Legacy Mug. Politics for the people. It's dishwasher safe, microwave safe, and hater safe. Republican tears and progressive tears and liberal tears all fit in here. That's right. You can put all those tears in here and you could just rinse them out. Yeah. Power to the people. Who we got? Damn it. Let's go to Chicago mayor. Let's go to Chicago mayor, man, because this is sad. Folks, this man, Chicago, I gotta ask y'all, man, and I want y'all to be completely honest with me, and be honest with yourself, and be honest with your neighbors. I thought Lori Lightfoot. Let me back up. I thought Rahm Emanuel was the bottom of the barrel. And then you found Lori Lightfoot. And I was like, where the hell they found Lori Lightfoot? What's up with Chicago's picking skills? You know what I'm saying? You elected Lori Lightfoot. I get Rahm Emanuel was Obama's guy. I get how that happened. Heard it's very dirty politics in Chicago. Not like it ain't dirty politics everywhere, but particularly Chicago has a special kind of swim with the fishes type of, corruption. Vlagovich was talking about it. He got out. The thing is, what's going on in Chicago is just atrocious. And I thought ain't no way. It's impossible to do worse than Lori Lightfoot. Lightfeet. Lori Lightfeet is probably the worst you could do. How could you do worse than Lori Lightfoot? And somehow you pulled a skunk out of a hat. You pulled a rat out of a hat, not a cat. You pulled a rat out of a hat, and you found Brandon Johnson. Where did this brother, man? I think sometimes people just want somebody like, you know what, I like him. He different. He smile a lot. He's like a nice guy. He went in there and screwed up all the money. How you gonna screw up all the money? Anyway, here goes the clip. They're gonna talk a little bit about Brandon Johnson. He's on the hot seat now for a lot of reasons, and he's really up against it because he's got to answer for the budget and he's got to answer for the sanctuary city, and he ain't ready for prime time.
Johnson will testify about the Chicago's sanctuary city status on Capitol Hill. The House Oversight Committee is already declaring that state and local governments should lose federal funding if they don't comply with immigration enforcement. NBC5's political reporter Marianne Ahern here now with what we can expect. Marianne?
Marianne, this hearing next Wednesday will have 4 of the nation's mayors, besides Mayor Johnson, the mayors of New York, Boston, and Denver. The American Civil Liberties Union has a warning.
I want people to understand what we're talking about here. Let's be clear here. Brandon Johnson is risking Chicago losing money from the federal government to help people that are not Chicago citizens, that are not tax-paying citizens of Chicago. Are you understanding what I'm saying here? Mayor Brandon Johnson is risking losing federal funds for the city of Chicago and the taxpayers of Chicago. When we say the city of Chicago, we're talking about the taxpayers. They're going to lose federal money because Brandon wants to protect people They ain't supposed to be in Chicago. They ain't supposed to be in the country. You know what I'm saying? He got to go testify. That makes sense to you? That makes sense. Tim, put this in a way that people can understand this very simple. Oh, let's say, think about the Chicago residents. Think about Chicago residents, how you feel. Brandon Johnson, you let him borrow your car. He borrowed your car. He smiled. He said, can I borrow your car? I'm just going to go up the street, go to the store, pick up a couple things. You crazy. I don't know you crazy like that. Maybe he was nice, he smiled. But you told him, he said, okay, you can take my car, but come back. Come back. He took your car. He picked up a bunch of people he wasn't supposed to have in the car. That you don't know, that he had no authorization to put in that car. They damaged the car. They spilled liquor in it. They smoked blunts in it. You got holes in the interior. It's gonna cost you all types of money to repair this car. Then they got tickets. They got tickets and a boot. A boot is on your car with the holes in the interior, and it smell like somebody peed all up in the car. Urine all up and through the car. This your car. He wasn't supposed to have nobody in it but him. And people that you know, because it's your car. And now you owe money. You're losing money in the access of your car because Brandon wanted to help other people. And he said, hey, my friends needed a ride. What kind of man would I be if I didn't try to accommodate them? You should be a better person. You should be more understanding. What I look like. He actually said this. What I look like. Not helping people that ain't supposed to be here. What kind of man, did he throw the black shit on it? Yes, he did. He threw the black stuff on it. He said, what kind of black man would I be if I let them white people tell me how I should treat these brown people? Nah. He's want to take majority black people's money out their pocket to help people that ain't supposed to be in Chicago. And he used him being black as a security blanket, as a bulletproof vest from all the incoming fire. And that shit ain't gonna work. And it wasn't working. It has not been helping. And that's where we find ourselves. So I want you to think about it like that. He ain't so nice now, is he? He sound like a scumbag. He sound like somebody trying to get a job being a mayor, doing whatever the Democrats tell him to do, screwing you over, and then hoping he could sashay away to some other good job at some point. Because he damn sure know he ain't gonna get reelected in Chicago. Let's keep going.
This is the video the House Oversight Committee released, setting up what's likely to be a divisive hearing on Capitol Hill next Wednesday.
The goal of the Trump administration is to get us to surrender our humanity.
The Republican-led committee says it will hold the mayors of sanctuary cities publicly accountable for shielding migrants from deportation. Mayor Johnson says he will be prepared.
I'm going to be prepared to defend working people in this city and challenge Congress to do their job. They could pass laws right now. Instead of picking fights right now, we should be finding solutions.
I think it's not surprising that, the mayor is likely to face some of the harshest criticism of anybody on that panel and is likely to have a number of cheap shots taken at him.
Ad Yonka of the American Civil Liberties Union of Illinois suggests.
I talk about the fact that we don't let the president of the United States be the mayor of Chicago. We don't let the president declare that Illinois simply should ignore or repeal its laws.
Alderman Andre Vasquez reached out to the mayor to offer advice, but Vasquez says he has not heard back.
You got to make sure that you're prepped and ready, because when the spotlights are on and the congressmen don't really care that you're a mayor, those questions are going to be harder and they can be used in court or for litigation later.
If anyone wants to use this as some sort of political score or points, I'm not going to participate in that.
The mayor has said he has reached out to former Mayor Lori Lightfoot as well as the former Secretary of Education Arnie Duncan for their thoughts as he prepares, because they've been in that situation and the bright lights will be on.
It's smart that he's done that because it's going to take some prep to deal.
They're going to body slam him up and down, all around. He is going to be in the lost and found when they get done with him with this trial. This is not going to go well for him, guys. Not to belabor the point, but I got to tell you, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson facing heat due to a city sanctuary city policies and a foaming or looming budget deficit. As a sanctuary city, Chicago limits cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, which has led to significant spending, over $400 million in 2 years, on housing and services for more than 42,000 migrants, mostly from Venezuela. This has strained the city's finances, contributing to a budget deficit exceeding $1 billion, worsened by rising crime and other fiscal pressures like a $175 million pension payment dispute with Chicago public schools. Critics, including House Republicans, argue these policies jeopardize public safety, federal compliance, putting Johnson in the hot seat as he defends the city's stance amid threats to cut federal funding and a dismal 14% approval rating. I heard it went below 14. I heard it was like 6. I heard his approval rating was like 6. I could have swore Rahm Emanuel was just roasting his ass on Bill Maher's show at the Bill Maher late night with Bill Maher, whatever. Yeah. He was just on there last week and he was talking about how he had 7%. It was 7 or 6. Low as hell. I didn't know you could do 6. That sounds like numbers that Congress gets overall. You know, people, I don't think you understand. Some of these people I report on, like Congress, I report on Jasmine Crockett and AOC and, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats mostly. I want you to know, Americans don't like Congress. The overall approval rating of Congress is low as hell. It's like under 10% of Americans approve of the job that Congress is doing. Okay? So, and Brandon's about right there. The residents of Chicago are frustrated with crime and financial mismanagement. So that's what's happening. He's not the only one. He's not the only mayor that's in trouble right now. Of course, we know about it, Mayor Eric Adams. All the sanctuary cities are in trouble. And John Homan, and Donald Trump and the new policies on immigration that they're implementing is part of the problem for them because there's a new sheriff in town. And that's just what it is. Biden could have done all these things that Trump is doing. He chose not to do them. So now Trump is in there. He chose to do them. If they're unconstitutional, you take them to court. You beat them in court. But if you can't beat them in court, guess what? They're not unconstitutional if you can't beat them in court. You don't determine what's unconstitutional. A court determines that. Like we don't determine guilty on the Tim Black show. We can assume guilt. We can feel you're guilty. We can say you look guilty, but we can't determine if you're guilty. You can't determine unconstitutionality because you want to say something, pull it out your neck, pull it out your shoe. That ain't how it works. You got to prove it in the court of law, and we got courts set up for that. So Brandon's going to go face some music. We're going to see what's going to happen. Hit the like if you like that segment. It is what it is. I think Brandon Johnson is in way over his head. And I think it's also, he may be a nice guy. That ain't got nothing to do with it. If you're messing up my money and I'm unsafe, and the bond rating of Chicago has dropped, he's done so bad at mismanagement that people had invested money in Chicago like bonds. Bonds are supposed to be one of the safest investments you can make, okay? If you ever buy a treasury bond or state bond, they're supposed to be reliable. Just set your clock to it. Pick it up in 10 years, double your little money. You know what I'm saying? A bond is supposed to be no big deal, okay? Brandon mismanaged the money so badly that the rating of the city has dropped so much that the bond rating has collapsed. So it's hurting investors. It's hurting the investments in Chicago. This is how you get somebody out. You understand what I'm saying? You start messing with the money. I think Brandon Johnson ain't gonna make it the last his full term. I just ain't gonna be out. If I know Pritzker's like acting like he's on Brandon's side. We'll see after this hearing. We'll see after this. We'll see after that. Brandon to go up there and fall on his face and can't put 2 and 2 together to get 4, and can't tell you what color it is, what color the sky is, and get up there and get to talking crazy. They hold him in contempt, and then we got a whole lot of problems. And they're gonna come back and take him to court on other grounds. I'm telling you, man, I seen a sister so mad in Chicago yelling at a town hall. I didn't know you can use that type of language in public. Like in that type of setting. She did not care. People are livid, and they let his ass have it. And they're not doing it out of nothing. Stop dismissing the complaints of other people as being maggots and crazy MAGA people. People have legitimate beef with what's been happening in their cities. If you ain't in their city, you can't speak to what's going on because you don't know. I used to make that mistake. I was like, man, this sound like talking points. Then people would try to tell me what's going on, and I shut up, threw away my opinions, and listened to the opinion of the people there. That's all it took to change my opinion on some matters, because I don't live there. Too many times we judging other people and saying they're MAGA and they're just doing this for political gain. Ain't nobody up at the town hall complaining about services being cut for Trump. I mean, there's some opportunists that do that, but I'm saying by and large, the average person got too much going on in their life. How many times have you taken time out of your life after going to work to go sit somewhere around some smelly people, and you know how cold it is in Chicago in February to go sit in somewhere and talk about what's going on in your city? You got to be committed to doing that. So if you're doing it just for brownie points from Trump, who don't even know you exist, more power to you. I feel that the people that are complaining about what's going on in Chicago are on righteous ground. They got a bone to pick with their mayor for a good reason. And he better have some good answers. Or he could say, goodbye. All right. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this segment, man. I just had a little bit more gas in the tank. I didn't realize I was going to go on that one. But, hey, man, I stand by what I said. Let me know what you think in the comments section, Johnson. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with people? What's wrong with them? You know what's up with the Democrats, man? They have a problem. They got a lot of problems. One of their problems is they like complaining about what's happening with Trump and with Elon Musk. You know, complaining about Elon is stupid. He wasn't elected, so there's nothing you can do about him. If you're going to complain about Trump, I get it. Trump is the president. The president could go down the street tomorrow, see somebody walking down the street, meet him at a coffee shop, I don't know, somewhere, and say, you know what, I like you. You know what, I want you to work for me. And right there, his whole life changes. And if he sucks at his job or whatever he helps Trump do in whatever capacity, guess what? It's on Trump. The only reason why people got such a problem with Elon is, one, he's got a lot of money. But he ain't doing anything. He's not doing anything that Donald Trump is not getting him to do. He is not doing anything without the permission of Trump. Do you realize Trump could send 30 people come get Elon at any time, put him somewhere? You do understand Trump is the president, right? Like, these Democrats' brains are so rotted with Trump derangement syndrome. Now they got EDS. They had TDS, now they got EDS. Elon derangement syndrome. It's worse. It's worse now they're complaining about something that don't really have power. All Elon does is look at stuff and then post something on his website. He can't lock you up doing that. He can't take your job. He ain't doing it. He can't shut down an agency. He's not elected to anything. You just don't like him, but it's nothing he can do. Anyway, here goes. It just don't make no sense to me. That's all. It's like they just want to have another boogeyman in order to make viral clips off of, in order to make more vital moments, to pretend to their constituents that they're doing something. Because their constituents are somewhat touched. Yeah, they kind of touched. And they think they're performing and talking smack is legislating. They think that stuff that Jasmine Crockett and AOC is doing is actually advocating. Nah, you advocate when you can't legislate. You hire a legislator to do this. You hire me to do this. I'm doing, some people got this twisted. Let me explain something. Every once in a while, there'll be a fool. God bless their heart. They'll be like, she doing more than you. Talking about like Jasmine Crockett, AOC or somebody. Dog, we got different jobs. Saying Jasmine Crockett do more than me is like going to a starting forward on the LA Lakers and saying, why didn't you score the touchdown last week against Dallas? Do you understand what I'm saying? We ain't playing the same game. We're not in the same sports league. You don't go to somebody who does this and say, why aren't you doing what Jasmine Crockett doing? Jasmine Crockett is supposed to legislate. She's doing my job, fool. When she's up talking and using all this, doing all this talking, that's my job. I'm a commentator. She has you fooled. AOC has you fooled. They're not supposed to be doing that. They're supposed to be creating bills and changing laws and policy to help your life. I'm supposed to run my mouth and waste your time or entertain you or inform you and educate you or something along those lines. Not them. See, people like Roland Martin's supposed to tell you this, but he's too busy kissing Democratic Party ass, acting like he know everything. He's so busy feeding the beast, getting paid and profiting off of chicanery, foolery, and stupidity. You understand what I'm saying? He's supposed to tell you, since he's 30 years in the business, that what he's doing, that there should not be politicians doing what he's doing. They should be legislating, not rivaling him in viral videos. That's our job. We're the commentators. We're the journalists, we're the reporters, we're the commentators, we're the talking heads. They're supposed to be the talking pens. Everything they do should be with a damn pen, hitting paper, creating legislation that betters your life. That's Jasmine's job, not to put on her best outfit, get her hair did, have her ends snatched, have her eyes tweezed, have her lashes on fleek, and go on this show and that show. That ain't what she's supposed to be doing. You're so caught up in a matrix, you think that is governance. And I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it's hard to help, man, when people don't, I don't know, man. She's driving the car with her feet. You're like, wow, look at her drive a car with the feet. I didn't know she could drive her car with the feet. She ain't supposed to drive her car with the feet, dog. All right. Let's go on, Johnson. Let's go on to the next one. When I say the Democratic Party is hell-bent on wasting our damn time, I meant it, Johnson. I wasn't saying that for a fact. They really are. I don't even know this lady. Here goes an example.
Elon Musk, and what the hell are you doing here in America? Go back to South Africa.
On Tuesday, Donald Trump.
My question to Elon Musk, and what the hell are you doing here in America? Go back to South Africa.
I didn't understand what she said. Then I had to look at the captions. She's talking to Elon Musk, and she said, Elon Musk, what the hell are you doing here? Go back to South Africa. And they all clapped. And I see some people that look like immigrants in this picture. I see black people smiling. You know, Elon Musk, he's a citizen of the United States and has been one for over 20 years. You know? Did you know that? You think that this is a congressperson. You think this congressperson should know? Do you think she should know that when she's up leading a rally talking about somebody need to get out of America, does she sound like a bigot because she's telling a person who's a citizen to leave America and go back to their country? And Democrats are clapping about it? I just want to point out the hypocrisy of this. I just want to make a point here. See, it's okay to say these types of things if you're a Democratic congressperson. People will clap for you, smile, people laughing, hey, you get them. But if you are, you're a working class person and somebody in your way at the stoplight or at the Piggly Wiggly or the Walmart or at Zayres, they ain't got no more Zayres, Tim. Well, anywhere you shop at Target, because you didn't listen to Al Sharpton. You're like, screw you, Al. Take your old ass and sit down, Al. I shop where I want to shop. And you tell somebody to go back to their country where they belong, you would go viral and lose your job. But her, not her, she could say it to a citizen. Look, I'm not defending Elon. I'm saying these are Congress people. They're not acting very congressional. And these are Democrats who be caping for immigrants. And they're not acting very immigrant friendly. And it's okay. It's all right. Because it's all liberal white. Things that make you go, damn. Where these people come from? And when can we give it up? So what's coming up next is going to be Donald Trump's going to have a State of the Union address. State of the Union address. Donald Trump's going to have a State of the Union address. And Democrats, you know what they're going to do? Not go. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. People that are hired, elected to represent you think it's the best way to represent you is not go to their own State of the Union address given by their president. Because they think that is going to send a message. Man, this is why I say, man, I'm done with the Democrats. There's so many reasons why I'm done with the Democrats, but just think about that. Their way of resolving issues, their way of fighting for you, is to not even be in the room, sit home and go on TV and complain and say, well, I ain't going to go show no respect. As if somebody give a damn.
Tuesday. You believe other Democrats? You're skipping his joint address to Congress on Tuesday. You believe other Democrats, House and Senate Democrats, should do the same, and why?
Oh, I think every Democrat needs to make up their own mind. I think that State of the Union speech is going to be a farce. I think it's going to be a MAGA pep rally, not a serious talk to the nation. I think Donald Trump is going to...
Yeah, they're going to be serious like Biden falling asleep as he was talking, for 4 years. It ain't going to be as serious as that. Because we know how riveting it was to sit through a Joe Biden speech. Never knew he was going to talk about horses or cows or what he was going to talk about and whose hair he was going to sniff. We never knew exactly what to expect, but we always knew it was good old Joe. Good old Joe. The hypocrisy of the damn Democrats. I had it up to here with them. Where was the complaints when your guy was in there? Oh, yeah, I want to hit him in the ass. Their president talking about he's the kind of guy you want to hit in the ass. Joe Biden was on the campaign trail before he got elected, threatening people at the town halls. You want to go outside? You want to go outside and do some push-ups? You want to go outside and see how virile I am? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? He was threatening people to fight them. It didn't go viral. No one said Joe's a piece of shit. He's a scumbag. He was threatening to beat people's ass. He called one guy who said, why should I elect you, man? You did this, you did that, and you deported all these people under Obama. And Biden said, listen, fat. Called the guy fat ass right there. Listen, fat ass. It didn't go viral. And if it did, it's also Joe being funny. He's folksy that way. It's all hypocrisy. When the Democrats in office, Republicans talk shit. When Republicans in office, Democrats talk shit. And it's all a bunch of garbage. I still think the Democrats are worse because they're the ones my people vote for. I ain't got to tell black people how bad Republicans are. They already know. But for some reason, the wool is put over their eyes with the Democrats. So that's where my focus is.
Spew a series of lies about his alignment with Russia, about what he's trying to do to allow Elon Musk to essentially monetize the American government to enrich Musk and his billionaire crowd. And I'm just not going to be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm going to sit at home and get paid to do nothing. And I think I'm going to make a statement that I don't really like this president. Yeah, real tough guy, real tough guy. He's not alone, though. He's not alone. He's not alone. Unfortunately, there are others. Here goes Simone Sanders. Now, since Joy lost her job, and I don't feel bad about that. I think the market has spoken. The market has spoken. Joy Reid lost her job at MSNBC, as we all know, as was reported here on these airwaves. Simone Sanders, Michael Steele, and Menendez of disgraced governor. Yeah. They got a show. They're going to be filling in or taking over or something. Anyway, I don't know if they've already started that process or started doing it. I don't know, but here goes a segment where they were talking about telling people they shouldn't go. Yeah, don't go to the State of the Union because you got to make a statement to stand up against Trump. Yeah.
On Tuesday, Donald Trump will address a joint session of Congress. He's expected to tout his long list of executive orders, his major accomplishments so far, including several he signed just last night. One of them makes English, if y'all didn't know this, the official language of the United States. Our country has a 250-year-old tradition of not having a national language because we all kind of speak it. Charlie Sykes and
98% of all other countries have an official language. I know he don't care. And black people are disproportionately, which we learned yesterday if you watched the show, black Americans are distinctively impacted by employers who will not hire people that are not bilingual. Looking for bilingual only employees. Hispanic who speak Spanish. Because black Americans, by and large, are not bilingual. So only 5% of black Americans on average are fluent in Spanish. Meanwhile, Latino immigrants, these people, 90% of them speak Spanish. So they're taking a lot of jobs just on that basis. Not that they're bad people for doing it. The employers obviously want them. And as I pointed out yesterday, and please check that video out, because I had people disagreeing with me. I guess they just don't care. All this order doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do anything. Okay, fine. How about the idea that there are employers that are hiring people, or I should say not hiring people because they can't speak Spanish in America? And that I got a problem with that because I'm advocating for black Americans who built this country for free. And now we can't get a job in the country we built because they want to hire Latinos or Hispanics who don't speak English. And one of the other ways, one of the slick ways that you use to keep black people from getting jobs is to add requirements that they don't have. I know you don't really care about that. I understand it. But I want to make it very clear. I want to put this on your conscience. Whenever we're doing these studies and these surveys and we're reading off statistics and they're grouping black people and Latino people, and they say black and brown people, white people 6 times more than black and brown people. You know what? They really could say 8 more, 10 more, because the Hispanic people have a higher percentage of whatever's good than the black folks in most situations. Meaning they group us, but when I start combing through the data, I see, well, they started more jobs. I'm gonna get to it later. They started more companies than black Americans. Why is that? Maybe it's because they get jobs easier. Why is that? Because some employers would rather hire them. Why is that? See, I want to level the playing field. You say this won't help. I say it won't fix everything. It's an executive order, not a bill, sir. It's not a bill. It's an executive order. It doesn't fix everything, but it helps. And I welcome it because I'm very clear about my vision and my mission. I wish you were as well. And if your mission is anti-blackness, your mission is to watch black people sit on the bottom for eternity in this country, you picked the wrong commentator. Because I'm going to make you change that, or we ain't going to be friends, because I'm going to keep hitting it. I ain't going to stop doing what I'm doing. So get used to disagreeing with me, because I'm not going to change. Just keep going, Johnson.
Tara Setmeyer are back with us. Yes.
Tara, there just is irony the word I am looking for. There is just something so Trumpian about standing before a legislative body that his party controls and touting accomplishments that he has accomplished without them, because he has such little regard for that legislative body, for the people who elected the members of that legislative body, that he is going to go and brag about the fact that he has already.
Obama did a lot more executive orders than Trump has done. Oh. The end. The end. The end. No one talks about it. No one will say the truth. Obama did a hell of a lot more executive orders than Trump. Trump just did a lot very quickly. But overall, Obama did a hell of a lot of executive orders. Okay? Just want you to know that. Nobody complained about it because he was a Democrat. And you watch channels that don't report on how many executive orders that Obama did. I covered it on this show. You got to watch my content. I cover these things. Yeah. It's not the number of executive orders that Trump has done. It's the rapid succession of executive orders. They screwed up, folks. This is what they did. And I want you to get this. Here we go. What they did with Trump is they screwed themselves. Democrats screwed themselves. You know what they did? They thought they would, Trump was supposed to do his 2 terms to be out. That would have been the best case scenario. Listen to this, guys. We need to clip this out. This is going to be great. Listen, I've been meaning to say this. The Democrats were not supposed to stop Trump from winning the second time. He should have been 45, then 46, and been done. And then somebody new from the Democrats should have went. But they didn't want that to happen. So they did whatever they could do, the COVID, the this, the that. Okay? Listen. What they did that was wrong is it allowed Trump to develop a game plan. See, making Trump sit out 4 years, what do you think he was doing those 4 years? Plotting his return. I'm taking off my coat, clearing my throat, bringing to my next note. Donald Trump sat back for 4 years. He bided his time. He plotted. He met with the best minds. He came up with a plan for what kind of government he would need to put in place to make radical change in the United States of America. That's what he did. You gave him 4 years. The first time he was in office, he didn't know what he was doing. He'll admit to it. He was like, I was shell-shocked. I had no preparation. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know who to trust. So I fell for all these problems. Obama kind of did the same thing. He first went in, he made all these mistakes. He got Wall Street in his pocket. They said, hire this guy, hire that guy, hire that guy. How are you supposed to know who to hire? How are you supposed to know who to trust? See, they messed around and they gave Donald Trump time to get his legs under him. They gave him an additional 4 years to sharpen his katana blades. And now the blades are sharpened and he's ready. Think about that. Let that sit on you for a minute. Think about what that does. Revenge is a dish best served cold. And it's cold as hell. Oh, it's cold. All right, let's keep going back to the show, Johnson. You heard it here first. I don't think anyone's ever articulated that. I could be wrong, but I know I didn't get it from anybody.
Already operating as a king.
I think the word is authoritarian. He has completely neutered the United States Congress, particularly not Democrats, Republicans in particular. I don't know. I think they're all trying to find themselves and standing up for things and just allowing their power as Congress to be completely taken from them by Donald Trump. Once again, I remember there were times where Republicans were quite upset about a few executive orders that Barack Obama issued, and they thought, oh, this is an imperialist president, and how dare they? They were pearl clutching with that, particularly Lindsey Graham.
Why is it not what you're doing right now? You're doing the same thing, right? Is that what you're about to say? She's about to impress the hell out of me, y'all. Real talk. Is she about to do that, or she just looked to the side and caught herself and realized, whoopsie-doo, I just put my foot in my mouth. I just said Republicans were complaining about the same thing I'm complaining about. And when they were complaining, I told them, shut up. Get out of here. But she's about to do the same complaining. Look at her catching herself. Yeah, she's going to have to clean this up, Johnson. Let's see how well she does. Can I get a muffin bucket on aisle 13, please?
And others. And so, where's all of that? Where is all of that? Ruling by executive order is not the way our country is supposed to function.
Were you calling out Obama when he was doing it? Didn't you work for him? Didn't you work for Obama? Were you calling him out when he was doing those executive orders? Were you doing that? I do appreciate her being honest to the record. I never hear Roland talk. Well, I don't know. I never hear a lot of talk. I think it's missing in our discourse that people are explaining just how Trump, a lot of things he's doing ain't that crazy. Like the manner in which he's getting things done ain't crazy. Biden come in, he did a bunch of executive orders, he erased a bunch of executive orders, and then did his own thing and wrote executive. That's what presidents do. Okay? Trump just ain't playing with y'all ass. He has fire in the belly. I don't know, from y'all calling him a felon for 4 years. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe having feds come to his house and go through his wife's underwear drawer. Maybe that did it. I don't know what it was. I don't know what did it. Something put a bug up that guy's ass. I wonder what it was. All the jokes, all the late night corny Seth Meyers and Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon for 4 years with lame jokes at his expense. Maybe just say, you know what?
And the fact that Donald Trump is doing that repeatedly, and some of them are unconstitutionally, they're questionably constitutional, and they're just.
I like her. She's cleaning it up. You're right. Because anything's questionably unconstitutional. Anything can be questioned if it's constitutional. Who decides if it's unconstitutional? Not you, not me, not anybody on that panel. Not Simone Sanders with her friend Michael Steele, aka the older Roland Martin. No, none of these people can make that decision. It's up to a court of law. I appreciate you. She's a professional, galvanizing women. She's also a hack Democrat, but hey, can't be perfect.
Just like, okay, that's fine. But the other part about this, I think the other word I would use is unconscionable. Because Donald Trump will be returning to the scene of the crime that he was behind. This is where this is the first time he'll be back.
Okay, moving on along.
Down are free and fair, who claim to be
We're going to go back to January 6th. Let's move fast. Let's move past that. This is the epitome of showing one's ass. Remember when Nancy Pelosi ripped up the papers?
About what the Democrats could be doing, should be doing, may be doing. You do have Nancy Pelosi making note, let him stew in his own juice. She tore up his speech at one point during one of these sessions. Let the Democrats.
Performative. I put on a first. I was complaining. I'm just glad. I'm glad Nancy has stepped down from her leadership role. I wish she'd step all the way down and just lay down. And just never speak again. Her and Hillary, these people should not be relevant at this point in time. It's time. It's time. Come on.
Let him, I guess, somewhat to Tara's point, stand there alone without their.
What, Michael? Let him stand there without. No one's watching it to see you guys anyway. You're out of power. You could all stay home. Who gives a shit what Democrats do? No one cares. See you in the midterms. Who gives a flying, like real talk, man? Hey, Tim Black Wolfpack, we don't really care about this segment, do we? Be honest, you don't really care about this. Do you really care? What can the Democrats do for you? Nothing. Just like they like it. Nothing. All they want to do is fundraise right now. Fundraise and scare the shit out of you and get you to send money. But guess what? Their regular donors ain't giving money because they're not filling them. So the fundraising is really down. That's why they're grabbing at anything they can to try to make Trump the existential threat. He an existential threat. Send money. Send money. And some people are so goofy they fall for it. Most of us know better. They're not parting with their hard-earned cash to help a bunch of losers lose. And that's the truth. Whether they'll tell you or not, you got to be able to look through, see through the nonsense here. All right? Jesus.
Their support. How do you see the Democrat strategy here? Because it is going to be an interesting moment. I mean, the Congress is.
They're just trying to come up with things to say, Johnson. That's all they're trying to do, man. I tell you, man, I'm amazing that I can do this. Hey, look at this Michael Steele. He's been a Republican, a Democrat, an independent. He's been everything around the bend. He ain't never missed a meal and never missed a paycheck and never missed a payoff. Look at him, Mr. Payola himself, Mr. RNC. This guy was the RNC guy. Okay, he was the president of the RNC. Now look at him. He's a bootlicking liberal commentator. And it just goes to show you, man, one party. The system, the elites are just one party. There you go. There you have it.
I mean, I would say make one correction.
So the founders envisioned Congress as being the most important branch of government. You think about Donald Trump's power, it rests on what? 4 Republican senators not willing to call BS on this. His margin in the House is just a handful. Literally a half dozen Republicans could essentially say, no, we are the Congress of the United States. We do not have to bend the knee to this narcissistic bully in the White House. So this is a surrender by Congress. I've been thinking about this all morning. What Democrats should do. The only thing I can say.
We're thinking about it this morning about what the Democrats can do. This morning, you would things on your mind about what they should do. I know what they should do. They should take their ball and go home and go play paddle sticks, go twizzle sticks. That's what they can do. They could go watch Blue on the TV. Yeah. They could go watch Nickelodeon cartoons. You make air balloons. You blow bubbles. Blow bubbles. Blow bubbles and eat cotton candy. That's what they can do. He gets paid for this. He calls himself a man. Will the real men stand up, please? Are there some real men in the Democratic Party? Anybody speak with their chest ever? No. Trump. Jesus Christ. I know I got a lot of religious people that watch my show. I don't know why I know you be like, I gotta pause, I gotta stop him. I know I gotta stop saying it. This is a tick, man. I say Jesus. Timmy will use the Lord's name in vain. I don't mean to. I want to say other things and I don't. Work with me. I'm a work in progress.
Normal it is. Now, does that mean booing? No. Does that mean standing and turning your back? No. If I was a member of Congress, quite frankly, I don't think I'd show up.
Yeah, I'm just sitting home and I don't see it coming. I would watch television. I could put on something on television. It's a good show right now. You can catch it. It's all there's a great show. I didn't know it was such a good show. Paradise. With that guy, the guy was in that show that everyone cried all the time. What's his name? He's a really good actor. I was watching it. And I love the fact that he has a black wife. He's a black man. And he's a heterosexual man with a wife and kids. And he's playing in the world. It's a new world. It's paradise. It's great. It's on Hulu. You should go watch it. Tim Black was watching it. It was a good show. You need to watch it. And that's what I'll be doing. I'll be binge watching Paradise to catch up on all the clips that I haven't seen. I'll be watching that. What I will not be doing is saying that.
It's like, no, you know what? I'm not going. A lot of the Democrats will, but I do think that again, no glad handing. There can't be any of the normal rituals of all of this. And the Nancy Pelosi's suggestion, make it a short, clear.
Shut your ass up. You know what I think is so pathetic? I always thought it was laughable and lame as hell. This whole don't normalize Trump. You normalize going to war. Do you realize, I don't even mean to pick on Obama, but he got a Nobel Peace Prize. You know what he did when he got his Nobel Peace Prize? He got a Nobel Peace Prize. He dropped so many bombs in Iraq, we ran out of bombs. Was it Iraq? I think it was Afghanistan. We dropped so many bombs in Afghanistan that we ran out of bombs. The bomb makers came out the back like, look, Obama, chill, dude. We got a sweat factory going on back here. You're dropping all the bombs, dude. You're nuking Americans. He was like, oh, hey, sometimes, hey, whoa, temper. Turn down the volume, hey, hey, where it be, baby? I was like, sometimes I gotta drop bombs. Gotta send a message, you know what I mean? Hey, that gave his ass a Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Peace Prize. Killer of people. 1 million dead people. Iraqis. It was Iraqis. RIP. No such venom. No one turned their back on him. Obama, deporter-in-chief. Obama deported more people than Bush. No Democrats turned their back on him when he gave his speeches. The same things they're complaining about Trump. Obama did some of that shit. No one turned their back. No one threatened to turn their back. All they did was turn up. Do the hustle. So that's what I'm saying. This is a bunch of hypocrisy. It's a bunch of garbage. I know why you get tired of it. I understand it. If you get an idea of what's going on, you're like, this is just garbage. This is just such lies. And you're right. Well, we got to stay informed. And you know what? We are built to go through this. We can sift through the garbage. We can get to the truth. We can know what's going on. We can be aware of what's happening. Then we can mobilize in our own way. We can inform others because they can only beat us if we don't know anything. We got to be built for this to stop them, to thwart their stupidity, to not fall in line with stupid ideas and stupid people that mean us no good. Let's keep going. I think at the end, we're almost at the end, Johnson.
message, make it clear to the American people that they are not accepting this, that they are going to fight against this, and that this is an extraordinary moment in American history. This is not just one more episode. And I know that we all...
Why did everybody get 3 minutes to talk? They could have all said this shit in 90 seconds. This is ridiculous. No one's got anything good to say here. Come on, man. Uh-oh, here goes Simone Sanders. And I think the world should just... Everybody get a free cheeseburger.
Behave like it. Yep. Don't pretend it's same old, same old.
I think that is absolutely correct. The former
You had to cut your ass off there, Hunter. Yeah. You had to cut your ass off. You're a little long-winded there, sir. You saw the lights blinking. Saying nothing.
strategist in me says Democrats should collectively not attend, including Leader Jeffries, and then they should hold a press conference after the response of Alyssa Slotkin, who's delivering the Democratic response. We'll see. I think the Democrats are going, and that's part of the dang on problem.
Right
here.
Go. But you see that that Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, and they're still trying to say, well, we're going to show unity and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, if you're going to go, then you need to go and do something, to Charlie's point, drastic, to send the message. I wouldn't go. I agree with you.
Do not attend. Do not attend. Part of, you know what? We'll have more time.
Yeah, that's the man, you know, when somebody tell you can't do something, you know, when someone says, hey, man, you're not qualified to do this job, whatever it is, do it anyway. They get paid a lot of money, and nobody said anything of substance. Not really. I mean, that one sister, Sotomayor, she said a little bit, but most of this is pulling stuff out their ass, just saying stuff. I mean, guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, you know, the only difference between them and I is I'm telling you the truth. And I'm more direct with it and more interesting when I do it. Anything you want to do, just do it. That's it. Just do it. These people. Hit the like button, guys, for that segment. I thought that was interesting. I hope you thought it was interesting. Forget what I think. You're watching it. Look, guys, this show is brought to you by the Tim Black mug, the Legacy mug. Go to timblackmug.com. Get yours. timblackmug.com. Also, my new t-shirt is built for this. Built for this. We're built to deal with the nonsense. We're built to see through all the BS. And now let's close shop down by going one last inning. Let's take a look at this. Now this is we get Democrats pounding. Yeah, these people. Now I told you I wasn't going to waste your time with Ukraine, and I'm not going to waste your time with Ukraine. I'm just going to go quickly through a series of things, and I got one last segment I want to wrap us up with. I want to thank you for your patience on this. I know it's Monday. You might end up playing Don't Be Up so late, but your brother Tim Black has to drop the anvil. Okay? We got to kick some ass, frankly. We ain't got to play games with them. Let's do this. Let's go, baby. Okay, so we covered what happened with Zelensky. We covered that, him coming to D.C., wasting everybody's damn time, showboating, putting on a display, wasting people's time. And at the end of the day, we gave this sucker $300 billion. He came in here talking like we owed him money. We got people that hate Trump so much and they hate America so much that they sided with the guy we gave $300 billion to. You know, there are a lot of countries that are dealing with war and famine and a lot of other problems. But we don't give them $300 billion, do we? So, he should have came in as a different type of dude. If I owed you, look, if somebody owed me $300, they better not raise their voice to me. You could talk, but don't raise your voice. If I gave you $300 billion, if I say climb that tree, jump upside down, and go make it rain, and then paint my house, and then sign this damn agreement, you should be like, in what order, sir? Which one of these should I do first while I'm doing this? I'm also going to name my first child after you. I'm going to have Tim Black Jr., Zelensky. Tim Zelensky is going to be my child's name. Even if it's a girl. She's going to get used to it. She'll get used to it. She'll grow into it. She'll just be different. So we went over that. We talked about what happened there. And I made some good points. And then we cleaned it up because initially I wasn't talking about what happened, which is definitive. And this man's going to hit on it here. Let's talk a little bit more. Ukraine, guys. Ukraine, come on now. Understand this. Right here.
Success here.
Blame for that war.
I mean, look, the war started under. I'd like to know, where does that lead us? How do we get to success
here? Blame for that war.
I mean, look, the war started under Joe Biden's watch. He destroyed our energy policies. He empowered Russia. He was siding with Iran and China, which was also helping Russia.
Wait, but you blame Joe Biden for the war?
This all started under Joe Biden.
But who started the war?
But my point is that that war wouldn't have started if Donald Trump's in the White House. If we have a strong hand in the White House, Vladimir Putin does not go into Ukraine. That's just the truth. We had a weak hand in the White House.
Well,
Joe Biden let it happen.
Destroyed our energy policy. That's your analysis and your view, but you don't know that for sure. And secondly,
all I know,
you just said who you think whose fault it was, and he just told you. What you're upset is that he's not giving you the answer that you want. He just told you. It started undivided. Trump keeps saying, if I'd have been in the White House, I would have negotiated a way to avoid this war. Biden wanted the war. That's why there was a war. Then, Democrats, your party wants the war. Some of you are so dumb, you're confused, you're being led by liars. Do you understand that? They're making you think you're helping the crippled children of Ukraine. No, the Democrats wanted the war to start. We profit when we go to war. A lot of our friends make money off the war. We give Zelensky money, then he buys our bombs with it. Some of it. You understand? It's like money laundering. Take the money and put it in one pocket. Take it out one pocket and put it in the other pocket. Money laundering. It's the money laundromat. Are you getting what I'm saying? Oh, we all gonna act like children forever. Is that what we doing? We act like infants. We don't know what's going on here. If we didn't want there to be a war, there wouldn't have been a war. This brother said it very plainly.
Joe Biden.
But who started the war?
But my point is that that war wouldn't have started if Donald Trump's in the White House. If we have a strong hand in the White House, Vladimir Putin does not go into Ukraine. That's just the truth. We had a weak hand in the White House.
Well,
Joe Biden let it happen.
Destroyed our energy policy. That's your analysis and your view, but you don't know that for sure. And secondly,
all I know is there weren't a lot of wars getting started under President Trump.
But my point
in his 4 years, what wars started under President Trump?
My point of the answer to that question was that Putin started this war and Russia started this war. Do you disagree?
That's what they are. Yeah. Who did what? Who dropped the bomb? Yeah, but all the hostility that led before. Look, man, who punched you in the mouth? Putin punched him in the mouth. But who started the shit, though? Zelensky. Moving them, NATO and Zelensky started it. They started it. They were given an ultimatum. They were told not to. There used to be a commercial in the 80s, I think it was. I was a little kid. And all I remember was, it was like Mr. T would put like a battery on his shoulder and say, knock this battery off my shoulder, or whatever. Pity fool, knock this block off my shoulder. I pity fool. And they had something on their shoulder. I think it was a battery or something. And Putin was like, knock the block off my shoulder. And Zelensky and NATO was like, forget your little stupid block, man. And then he smacked the shit out of him. That's what happened. That's layman's terms, guys. That's layman's terms. Yeah, Putin hit you. But why? It wasn't like everything was fine. Everything was cool. Everybody was chilling. Everybody was just parlaying, having a good time, cooking out. Zelensky wasn't just on the grill with his wife, doing his little comedy specials in Ukraine, telling jokes and shit, eating whatever they eat, some type of sauerkraut with pork or whatever. And then Next thing I know, Putin runs through and knocks over the grill. That's not what happened. These people are not being honest and sincere, and a lot of people are just not trying to hear the truth.
Agree with that?
Well, Putin obviously invaded Ukraine, but the reason that happened was because of weakness from the United States. Our foreign policy matters. When we absolutely give away the field on energy, when we make bad decisions in terms of who we're siding with around the globe, and we strengthen the hand of Putin, then he walks into Ukraine, then we throw money at Zelensky and say, okay, here you can have all the resources you need to keep funding a war, which, but where was Europe in a lot of that? Yes, I know they contributed some, but we were funding the lion's share of that. And then you wonder, well, why is this getting perpetuated when Ukrainians are dying and now they can't even recruit enough people to fight the war?
But I'm not going to argue this point, but it is.
She's got nothing to say. You're not going to argue the point because it's rock solid. It's the truth. I've been looking into this thing. And that's why I say, I don't even want to talk about this no more. Not really, man, because no one's being honest. She's not going to be honest. There's no honesty. Just to prove my point. We're not going to stay on that one all night. Look at Bernie Sanders. I used to think Bernie was different. Bernie the same as the rest of them.
I think that President Zelensky needs to resign in order for there to be a peace deal.
I think that is a horrific suggestion. Zelensky is leading a country trying to defend democracy against an authoritarian dictator, Putin, who invaded his country.
Why?
And I think millions of Americans are embarrassed, are ashamed that you have a president of the United States who says,
we ain't giving you no more damn money. And that's the latest thing that Trump said. Hate to steal your thunder.
That Ukraine started the war, that Zelensky is a dictator. He's got it exactly backwards. The people of Ukraine have lost tens of thousands of soldiers. Their cities are being...
We're trying to stop them from losing tens of thousands more, and you're fine with this continuing. That's what this is, Bernie Sanders. That's what it is. Okay? You're willing to see more of them die because it's not your kids, man. You really don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about you. America doesn't care about Ukraine. When I say America, I don't mean American citizens. I don't know where your heart is. But I'm saying, by and large, the interest of the United States does not care about the bloodshed in Ukraine, or there wouldn't be bloodshed in Ukraine. That's it. The end of the story. That's it. Just like we wouldn't have had drugs in the black community if the FBI didn't put them there. And the CIA wouldn't put it there. If the CIA didn't put drugs, didn't put crack in the black community, there would have been crack in the black community. But I know I got people that think that they're smart and think that they are doing something by hanging with Democrats when the Democrats keep showing you what they do and you just don't believe them. The government shows you what it be on and you just go for it every time. Hook, line, and sinker. Ladies, if you work for a pervert, and every time you wear a nice dress or a skirt to work, and he accidentally keeps dropping his pen by your desk, and it says, please, could you get that for me? After about the third time, you got to see through it. He's just trying to look up your dress. I mean, you got to see it. You can't keep saying, I don't know why he keeps doing that. He's doing it every day, every time you wear a skirt. For the last 3 years, he's been doing that. At least admit you like him. You got a little thing for him. That's why you let him look up your dress. Let's just be honest here. That's it. You like getting looked at, you like it. Or you'd stop letting them do it. There is HR. Go tell HR. And this is what you do. This is what Democrats do. They say they don't like corrupt government. They say they don't like lying-ass media. Then they let them lie to them. And then they act like they don't know they're being lied to. They act like they don't know what's going on. Could you get that, please?
Bombed as we speak. And our job is to defend the 250-year tradition that we have of being the democratic leader of the world.
That bombs everybody. Listen to this guy rewrite history. We have bombed people. We bombed Afghanistan back into the Stone Age, and they didn't even do nothing with 9/11. We invaded Iraq. They had no weapons of mass destruction, and we knew it. Listen to this guy. See what I'm saying? And we are America, and we. He's as bad as the rest of them. He's as bad as the rest of them. That's one thing I could have back. I wish I could go back in time. See, I was arguing with people that liked Hillary Clinton. So, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's worse. But now, just going to cover social issues though. Because by and large, when it comes to some things, they were pretty much the same. Okay? Some things were the same. Looking back now at who Bernie really is, this is who he is. Bernie's 84 years old. He ain't got to keep a job. Why he got to be still lying, though? He wants to lie. He chooses to lie. He wants to lie. This is what he wants to do with his time. I'm not saying I was wrong to disagree with the people I disagree with back in 2016, because by and large, those are a bunch of sellouts who wanted to vote for Hillary and telling me how great Hillary was. Miss black children are super predators. But, so come on. She laughed about killing Gaddafi. Come on, man. Never vote for her.
Colleague's question from Russia is saying that your foreign policy is largely in line with their vision. Should that be concerning to Americans?
Said what?
Should that be concerning to Americans?
Read the statement.
That Russia says that your administration's foreign policy is, quote, largely in line with their vision.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it takes two to tango, and you're going to have to make a deal with Russia, and you're going to have to make a deal with Ukraine. You're going to have the assent, and you're going to have the consent from the European nations, because I think that's important, and from us. I think everybody has to get into a room, so to speak, and we have to make a deal. And the deal can be made very fast. It should not be that hard a deal to make. It can be made very fast. Now, maybe somebody doesn't want to make a deal, and if somebody doesn't want to make a deal, I think that person won't be around very long. That person will not be listened to very long. Because I believe that Russia wants to make a deal. I believe certainly the people of Ukraine want to make a deal. They've suffered more than anybody else. We talk about suffering. They've suffered. But if you think about it, under President Bush, they got Georgia, right? Russia got Georgia. Under President Obama, they got a nice big submarine base, a nice big chunk of land where they have their submarines. You know that, right? Crimea. Under President Trump, they got nothing. And under President Biden, they tried to get the whole thing. They tried to get the whole big Ukraine, the whole thing. If I didn't get in here, they would have gotten the whole thing. So I can only say you can go back to Bush, you can go back to Obama, and go back to Biden. They took a lot. The only one they didn't get, you know what I gave them? I gave them anti-tank missiles. That's what I gave them. I gave them sanctions on Russia. I gave them javelins. You know the javelins? You know when they took out all those tanks? You know the tanks were heading to Kiev by the hundreds, and they were unstoppable. And I gave them javelins. So, I really, Putin is the one that will tell you this has not been so good for them. The fact is that I just want fairness. I want fairness. But think of it. I gave Russia nothing except grief. I gave them nothing. I gave them sanctions and javelins. That's what I gave them. Obama gave them sheets, and you heard that statement before. It's a very famous. Trump gave them javelins, and Obama gave them sheets, and then they say how close I am to Russia. And let me tell you, we have to make a deal because there are a lot of people being killed that shouldn't be killed. But remember, Trump gave them nothing, and the other presidents gave them a lot. They gave them everything.
Yeah, man. It's all selective memory. I'll tell you this, man. Donald Trump trying to end the war in Ukraine. The man should be up for a Nobel Peace Prize. Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize for killing people. That's what he did. And Trump, trying to end a war, is being called a traitor. And some of us are so disillusioned or confused that we don't understand there's a difference between the two things. and which side are they on. And they're so cowardly that they can't stand up for what's right. They're actually looking for reasons not to end the war. Ukraine has already lost 18% of their country to Russia. Do you understand that? People talk like this is, this is at this point, this is madness. It's madness. It's been madness. If you need other people to come fight for you, you shouldn't be fighting. You need other people's resources to even fight, then you shouldn't be fighting. Why are you even in a war? So yeah, that's it. That's all on Ukraine. I want to report tonight on Ukraine is that's it. I think it's a waste of time. It's been a waste of time. We're not going to report on it much more often unless something major happens. This is my last video on it for a while. Just know this: Trump should get a Nobel Peace Prize. I want to go on the record saying that. I feel that he is trying to end the war. Trump is the only president who didn't start new wars. I got people that talk a lot of smack. They say and these are people that are really focused on international news. I don't even cover international news like that. But considering my dad was a veteran. My biological dad was a veteran. My cousin was a veteran. I had some family members that served this country. The best way to respect veterans is not to make more of them. And the only way you mitigate the deaths in Ukraine is to make less deaths in Ukraine. And anything else is just inhumane and absurd and dangerous and bloodthirsty and stupid, frankly. All right. Last thing I want to go to is I want to go to this, man. And this is it, man. Give me a like for that. Can we get a like? I know it's late. This is it. We're going to wrap it up here. Sorry to go so long, guys. This is the thing we have to do here. I'm starting a new thing. I'm kicking this off because I think this is something that needs to happen for Black America. This is important for us. And if it's important for us, if Black people, if Black America is able to, let me start over. I'm kicking off something that's new that I think is going to be vital to the empowerment of Black America. And that is, go Black American first. Go Black America first. I've seen so much, guys, that's impacted me in a certain way that's made me come to the conclusion that this kumbaya with all these other groups that come to America, this thing that they try to put us all in this, and I had someone shout yourself out. They say this cultural mosh pit they try to create for Black Americans. When the Black American, it's not beneficial to us. It's just not. It doesn't work for us. We end up on the bottom of the situation at every turn. And the only thing I see clear for us to do is we have to go Black America first. And we don't want to be grouped in with people of color. We don't want to be grouped in. Look, it's not working for us. So hashtag Black America first is the way to go. I want to point this out. I was watching this video of J-Lo. Okay? J-Lo here. And she's going to talk about Latino America, okay? And I don't have no smoke for her. I got no problems with her talking about this. But see, this kumbaya won't save Black Americans. It has never saved us. For 50 years, we've been under this Jedi mind trick that kumbayaing was going to save us. This tick that we have, that whenever we talk about Black issues, we got to throw in brown people. As if that's going to make things easier. They're selling us on a lie that we can't get anything for ourselves. We got to squad up. Yeah, but the squad is squadding up for themselves. Latino Americans, you come to this country from wherever you came from. You ain't thinking about teaming up with Black Americans. You're thinking about bettering your family, as you should be. Okay, that's what they're thinking about. They're not thinking, let me line up with Tim Black from D.C. and my man D from Detroit, and this sister over here from the Carolina, from North Carolina. Let me line up with them. They ain't thinking that. They're thinking, I need to get my money right. I came here to make my money. And they had no problems displacing black people. They don't care. The job sign Spanish, good. See, I speak Spanish, good. See. J-Lo puts it in perspective.
And it's unacceptable. They just want to have an equal chance.
Why? You know the name Jennifer Lopez, her music, and her movies. Trying to change the face and the language of the small business world.
We're changing lives. We want to take the Latina entrepreneur, empower them, give them opportunity where there wasn't. Me growing up the way I did, we weren't even in the conversation in that way. And the opportunity to do something. That's all anybody wants. Nobody wants a handout. But that opportunity can change your life.
Which is why Lopez is partnering with nonprofit Grameen and its CEO, Andrea Jung, to deliver a total of $14 billion to Latina entrepreneurs by 2030. Together with their male counterparts, Latina entrepreneurs make up one of the fastest growing groups of small business owners in the country, creating businesses at a rate 6 times faster than other racial or ethnic groups.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Look, like I said, I got no smoke for her. I got no animosity. I'm not upset with her. I'm not here to down what they're doing. 6 times faster than other racial groups. You know what one of those racial groups are? Black Americans. Yeah. So when I'm advocating for Black Americans, there's a reason. You may not give a damn. I get it. I know. Not important to you. You just see a big clump of people that ain't white. But Latinos don't see that. My Latinas are doing their thing, and more power to them for doing their thing. It's on us to do our thing. We need to advocate for ourselves. We need to build our own coalition within our own communities and advocate for ourselves. I don't think that J-Lo is looking to Black people to get this done, nor is she partnering with Black people to get this done for Black America and Latinos. No, and they said 6 times faster than any other group. One more time for the people in the cheap seats who say, I'm being disrespectful, I'm divisive. You're always divisive when you fight for Black people. Yeah, see, J-Lo would never be considered divisive fighting for Latinos. You ever ask yourself why that is, Latino person? White Americans, you ever ask yourself, why is it that when white people or when Latino people advocate for themselves, no one calls them divisive? You know how often I'm called divisive for doing that? People don't want Black people. You don't understand it. It's subconscious racism. You don't know. You don't want to see white people. You don't want to see brothers, Black people, really get ahead. Because what does that say about you? Listen to J-Lo one more time.
Dollars to Latina entrepreneurs by 2030. Together with their male counterparts, Latina entrepreneurs make up one of the fastest growing groups of small business owners in the country, creating businesses at a rate 6 times faster than other racial or ethnic groups.
Boom. That's it. That's all I need to hear. That's all you need to hear. That should seal the deal. That should shut down all of the conversation, shouldn't it? So the time for kumbaya is over. We've been doing it for 50 years of kumbaya with all these other groups, and that's why I say, you want to make English the national language? Please do. We need to level the playing field for Black Americans. Black Americans need a level playing field. We need our opportunities. We do not need to be shut out of whole entire industries, such as construction, landscaping businesses, or whatever. Bridge building. Drive by a work site. See who's working. Meanwhile, we driving Uber, working as nursing assistants. Nothing wrong with that. But just know, once upon a time, we were doing more than that. We can't Instacart our way out of this. We can't kumbaya our way out of this position. That's it. That's all. And if it's not my fault, I see clearly now the rain is gone. And I'm telling you, point blank range, point blank what's happening. We need to modify this, change the trajectory of what's happening. And we're not going to do that by lining up with a bunch of other people that's out for themselves who have an advantage. They have an advantage. They have built-in advantages, and they don't care that you don't. They're not like, oh no, it's not fair. What about all the poor blacks who could do this job who just don't speak Spanish? They're like, no, see, give me a job. They're like, no, J-Lo, forget that $14 billion you're going to spend with us. What about black women? What about black men? They're like, no, see, get money. And I'm not knocking them. But why is it when I hear Simone Sanders or Michael Steele or Joy Reid or Don Lemon or any of these other people from the Griot, these other people from these Roland Martin, any of them, when they talk, they throwing brown people into our mix. It's been 50 years that we've been relying on this kumbaya strategy that was supposed to work. The Democrats had some of us sold that if we kumbaya our way and pool our resources with all these other people, whether they be Asian, Latino, indigenous, Native Americans, LGBTQIA, all these, every other person besides white heterosexual men, if we just pool everything together with them, we'd be better off. And what's happened is we've been at the bottom, and we've been anything but better off. So let's cut the crap, let's cut the cap, let's cut the crap, let's cut the taking a nap, and let's adapt. 50 years is a long enough time to see that this strategy is not working. So what we need to do, we need to go America first. The kumbaya won't save Black America. Hashtag Black America first. Hashtag Tim Black Show. Send that hashtag out. We're going to start the movement. Black America first. That's what it is. We need to get on the English first train and Black America first train. That's what I'm about. That's what we're doing. We are built for this. We are built for this, Johnson. All right. So let's kick it off. Let's be real about it. Let's be honest, and let's fight for ours, because ain't nobody going to give it to you. You got to take it. I'm built for this. This is the Tim Black Show, where we give you the raw truth America deserves. I'm built to give it to you. I hope you're built to take it. All right, guys, thank you for tuning into the show tonight. Let's go to the comments section and see who's out there. Once again, we got Megs and we got Topher giving out memberships to lucky people that are watching, and I appreciate you both so much for that. Black Mamba with another super sticker. Black Mamba, you're more reliable than my watch. I tell you, man. Thank you, Black Mamba. Revelator said, looking good, Tim. Your adjustments are working already. Thank you, my brother. I'm trying, fam. And I could give a damn about Ukraine now, understand that, and that's why I won't be covering it much more until something else happens. Kirk says, AOC over here sounding like Bill Clinton. It depends on what the meaning of the word is looking ass heifer. Kirk is right. What's up, Kirk? Thank you, brother. You can see the lunacy in her eyes. She be tripping. She's trying to stay out of jail, too, and keep her seat. AOC exploiting ADR's pain for illegal migrants. Yes, she is. Texas predicts new prison construction using fourth grade test scores. Lack of education links to crime. That's the school to prison pipeline. They give up on our kids at age 9. My brother. Tell him, Kirk. Tell him, Kirk. Malcolm Thompson, Democrats will risk life and limb for illegals. LGBT, Ukraine, humpbacks, etc. but won't shed a tear for foundational Black Americans. Shout out to the brother, man. Damn. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. A sticker from WD. Thank you, WD. M. Sparks came through to show some love. And brother Claude Anderson, when you said humpbacks, that's immediately my mind goes to brother Anderson, man, and that's Claude Anderson. That just major figure, man, major figure. Rest well, my brother. Rest well. Job well done, my brother. All right, that's it, man. Thank you, everybody who supports the show tonight. We appreciate you as always. Let's get up out of here. Look, man, like I always say, don't let nobody take your cornbread. That's your cornbread. You got to keep your cornbread, Johnson. Keep your cornbread. Yeah. We'll be back Wednesday. Wednesday, come back right here. Come to the channel, watch the video, share a video. Don't forget to go pick up a mug at timblackmug.com. A new batch went out today with a little bit of speed from my USPS. You should have it in your mailbox Friday. Yeah, by Friday. Oh, you should have got an email telling you it's en route, and you should have a delivery expectation date on that email. That's right, guys, because we do professional business around here. I love you. I got nothing but love for you. Thank you for holding me down. I love you. Mom, I love you. Mrs. Black, I'm almost done. And like always, where are my ladies at? Oh, man, they sleep, Tim. There they go.